All right, team, what's going on? I'm Tim Jenkins, and welcome to All Things QB. And today we are checking in on Tua in his Week 7 performance against the Philadelphia Eagles, and we're going to talk through why I think the Dolphins should have won this game. But before we do that, you football junkies like me, I want you guys to jump over to our Patreon account because we have more clips and longer breakdowns over there. We've got free trials so you can try it before you buy it. Plus, it's a really affordable way to support this channel, and it means the world to me. It's our way of being able to scale this thing up, cover more teams, do everything that we kind of want to do in the future. So your support means the world to me. But I'm excited about this one, team, because I think Tua was ripping it all over the field. I think there were some key calls that were missed by this officiating crew. I hate being that guy who's like, man, the officials impacted this game. But there were just some really key moments that were missed that are super impactful, right? If you get a holding penalty wrong on like a first down or a defensive holding, there's certain situations where it's not as big of a deal. Then there are super impactful moments, and we had probably 2 or 3 of them that were really impactful moments that we missed. Then you start thinking that influences the game in a huge way. So please FTA this thing, which means comment for the algorithm, like this video so other people can see it, and then hopefully by the end of this video, I will earn your subscription on YouTube. But without further ado, let's jump into the film. All right, team. We are jumping into it, and we have a great first clip. I'm going to start to let these things roll so you can watch it once, and then we're going to break it all down. But you can see just a nice little in route. Tua to Tyreek. How'd they get there, though? Okay, we have a great little run fake here where we are going to bring our tight end across the formation and our fullback across. Okay, we're going to bring our back right behind. We're selling this thing. Okay, behind it, we've got a mandatory, we call these an MOSR, mandatory outside release go. You got to outside release this thing and go. We're trying to clear some of these guys out, right? We're trying to clear these, not so much this backside safety, but we're trying to clear these guys out so then we can hit this big in route behind, okay? So we're counting on the run action fake to influence these linebackers. We're counting on the go and the vertical release on this dig route to create some depth here, which then should, if we get these guys to go up, these guys to go back, create a huge hole, right? So that's what we're trying to do. And I tell you that I think we execute it to darn near perfection. So look at these guys step up, look at the vertical aspects, create where this safety's driving over here. This safety, look how deep he is. And it creates this huge window here for Tua to throw the ball, right? We create a massive area that we're going to hit this dig route. And it's exactly what we do. I feel like every single time I turn on the Dolphins tape, they are hitting big in routes. They're hitting goes. They keep these guys on their toes between the play action, run action, RPO, different ways of getting to everything. It's impressive stuff. Here we've got one of the more exciting plays, right? A little behind the back. We are going to let it run. A little behind the back from Tua to Tyreek. Not necessarily the biggest play. We'll see. But what are they doing? They're going to use this guy coming across, acting like we're running really kind of like sweep, right? Outside. And then we're going to bring Tyreek right underneath. Tua's going to do a little spin around and flip it to him behind the back. You guys see that? Watch it one more time. A little behind the back. You got to like that. A little creativity, a little bit of fun from the Dolphins. As if they're not already creative and not already fun. We're going to add a little bit to it. But right here, you guys can see it a little bit better. How about that? Look at that. Little spin around behind the back with the right hand. Man, that's cool. Got to have fun playing the game. This, we've got a third down dime. We end up hitting this corner route. And you guys are going to see it to the top of your screen. Corner route. We fit it in there on third down. Concept-wise, okay, what I think they're doing is I think they've got this, what we would call a bench route outside. A bench route means we're going to lean in before getting vertical and then back out, right? That's how a bench route would be drawn. So It looks like we got a little bench route, and then it looks like we have a little switch release where we're going to sit down. However, this route's not great, if I'm being honest. It's still effective. I just feel like he gets rerouted way off. You see 52 and how he just, boom, a hard reroute there. We get kind of stuck, but regardless, we get it done with the bench route where then Tua gets the ball up and down, and it's a conversion, right? So to me, it's like we got it done regardless. I don't know if it's the concept that I don't love or if it was just, hey, we got a hard reroute, and that's where we end up getting stuck, right? So to me, not really sure which way to go on it. What I will say is that the end result is exactly what we want. Here we've got a touchdown that's going to get called back, and this is part of why this video is labeled Tua and the Dolphins should have beat the Eagles, because there are too many plays, whether it be a missed call, a called back big play, for me to sit there and feel like the Dolphins played a pretty darn good game, and it wasn't even their best game. We've just got the post from Tyreek. We're going to motion out of the backfield and run this vertical, which then is going to create a leverage advantage. So you see as that guy motions out, he doesn't do a good enough job of getting inside enough, in my opinion, which then creates this opportunity for Tyreek to slide inside of him, which is exactly what he does. And Tua puts a dime on him. Okay? It gets called back for a hold. We can watch the hold. This is the guy who's going to get called for the hold. They do a little TE game here, which means tackle, then end. Okay? Tackle goes first, then the end. So, do we kind of get a little too caught up here? Yeah, we do. And unfortunately, we reach out and kind of grab him there, which, did we need it? Probably not. Tua probably gets the ball out regardless. Is it also one of those that, like, if this guy doesn't fall over, do they get the call? I don't know. Here, we've got a little back shoulder dime, and this one, we're going to let it run. But this one is just, throwing back shoulder off of RPO, right? Let's talk through. We've got RPO here. We're going to end up slicing across. He's our flat control. I don't really understand. Back shoulder RPO, it's just, you ain't going to see it a lot. It's special. It's a great throw. Nice little concept. But when you look at it from this angle, it's funny. You can see the fake. You see this DN diving down, tries to redirect and get to Tua, and it's just balls out. And, yeah. All right, this one is not a full clip, so we're not counting it as a clip. But it is hilarious to watch. This is the offsetting penalties. Okay? Where I want you guys to watch 98. After the play is going to come in and jaw jack our guy. Okay, here you go. Come in, boom, and then bang. So he hits our guy square in the face. Two-hand shove square in the face. Our guy then reaches around, taps him on the chest. Hits him on the chest. My buddy, 98, just... There's no way that's real. Oh, and there you go. There's offsetting penalties. It's offsetting. One guy gets a two-hand punch in the face. The other guy gets a swat on the chest. And then we're going to offset those penalties. So that's also exciting. Here you go. We're going to watch this one, and then we're going to play it back. We got 3rd and 18. Team. 3rd and 18. You heard it right. And we are going to throw just a deep out. It's just straight up a deep out. Look at this ball and catch. Incredible. Incredible stuff there. You have to love that. You really got to love that. Look at this. Just a great ball there. Great ball. Here we've got the in cut. Again, we're going to let it roll, and then you guys then we'll break it down on how we got there. But we just got a nice little pitch and catch on the in cut. I think we take for granted how much the pre-snap motion impacts a lot of this, where you have these guys motioning across the formation. You have all this stuff going on eye candy wise. And then we've got just an in route paired with this slot outside release vertical. The slot outside release vertical plus the motion helps widen 52. We're going to widen here. Because of Tyreek Hill, we're going to have to give depth as a safety. And when you do that, you're just opening up these windows. Yeah. It's just tough to stop. I mean, it's hard to figure out how you're going to stop, other than what you're going to see is cheat your safety up, right? You could cheat your safety up to try to jump these in cuts. And then it feels like every single time you choose to do that, every single time you choose to start to get aggressive to take away the in cut, it feels like the next play is a go ball for a touchdown. So what we have is we just got the go ball outside. You can see what they're trying to do. This is a straight up bracket coverage. It is double Tyreek. Look at this technique. That is double. That is, he's not playing anything else. We have a bracket here. Tyreek Hill against the bracket decides to just run past both of them and score. Bracket coverage doesn't matter. I'm going to go. I just think, I don't know how you stop the combination of vertical speed and the in cut capabilities that the Dolphins have, which I think is probably part of why they throw so many ins, is because they know you have to respect the speed and you have to stay deep, which then just creates this huge void in the middle of your defense, which they exploit again. Okay, now we're going to fake the toss. We're faking toss, and then we're going to spin around, and we're going to drill this backside in. I wish you guys, too, could just for a second understand the difficulty footwork-wise from a quarterback here to turn your back to the defense, fake toss, okay? So you don't know what's going on right now. Turn your back to the defense, fake toss, carry on your drop, and then hit your back foot and throw without a hitch. That's really darn good quarterback play, too. Really darn good quarterback play. Now we got one where it's, in my opinion, a little bit of a slight force here to the top of your screen. And I want to talk through it. Concept-wise, we're motioning our guy out, and we're running him on a vertical, right? We're going to have this sit route inside. So what Tua's trying to do is he's like, okay, listen, I got this corner coming up hard. I got the safety deep. I'm going to try to hit this hole shot, which I don't mind. What I will say, though, is I feel like if we're really going to fit this ball in, we have to do something else to stress this safety, whether it be this guy needs to be on a post, or we need a little bit better eye manipulation from Tua, like, hey, let's put your eyes on the safety, see if we can get him to back up, or shoot, push your eyes backside and see if we can get him to cheat over a little bit so that we can get this thing up and down before impact, right? Before he comes over and impacts this play. Watch it from the tight, and you'll see a little bit more of what I mean. You see his eyes go right to it. So to me, that's what kind of makes me think, man, I feel like we could have held or moved that safety ever so slightly to really make sure we could fit that thing in there, okay? This one we've got just a dime and a Tyreek Hill. Oh, I got to let it run for you guys, sorry. A Tyreek Hill critical drop. Critical drop. When you break it down, there's not a lot going on here. Tyreek Hill's just going to win across the face of his defender. Okay, these backers get so wide, probably because they're so paranoid about them throwing dig routes behind them in those windows. But they bluff blitz, they bail out of it. Tyreek Hill's wide open. Tua just puts a perfect ball on him. Oh, man. Again, right? The Dolphins should have beat the Eagles. These are the kind of plays that factor in on that. Look at that. Come on, baby. We need that one. We need that one. Ruling on the field's incomplete. A couple plays later, or next play, to be honest with you, I can't tell. This is the one that's just brutal on me. It's a no grade, obviously. How in the world do you not call that? Okay, I want you guys to watch this DB grab the receiver in the face mask right there. I mean, if you can see it on tape that we grabbed a face mask from this wide of an angle, I don't know how you can't see it right there. Or right there, where the other guy was. Look at this. Slow it down. Ah, we missed the grab on this angle. But, yeah, that's pretty terrible to me of a miss. Those are the kind of ones you can't miss as a ref in the NFL. Like, those just aren't missable. This is a good-ish, little behind him. Okay, how are we going to get there? We've got smoke screen outside, and we've got the big dig, right? We're going to dress it up again formationally or with a little bit of play action, right? Really run action because we're going to pull this guard too. Boom, pull the guard, bring the tight end over, act like we're running right behind all of it. Look at that. Just got to fit that thing in there, right? We just need to be front shoulder, in my opinion. Need to be front shoulder, in my opinion. Jalen Waddle makes a heck of a catch, which is why it's a good-ish, because it's still good, right? Still a good decision, still a completion, but we could have a better football here. Look how hard that is as a defense when you see all this movement here. How would you not come up as a linebacker against all that, right? All that movement. Just like, I don't know how you're not going to react to that. We got another in route here. This one is just a flat out good. Puts it on in front shoulder. How are we going to get to it? We're going to get to it a little more conventional way, which is we just got this backside of a 3x1. When we say 3x1, we mean we got 3 receivers on this side, 1 on this side, right? Backside of the 3x1, you got the in route. Our back has just an immediate flat route. Little horizontal stretch plus a vertical stretch. You get 17 out here running with the back. 17 running the back. You get all these guys plus to this side because they've got to account for 3 receivers. Really kind of looks like you're getting 2-man here, if I'm being honest. We just hit that dig route. Really big time throw. Great conversion from Tua. And this Dolphins offense. Gosh, great ball, man. You can tell when he's spinning it, too, because of the way he cuts this thing and just hops out of there. You can tell when Tua's starting to feel it. Now we got a little Tua on the move, baby. Tua getting loose. Okay, you see that little play action. Tua's going to get out of there. And what's he going to do? He's going to... All right, team, I hope you enjoyed those 14 clips. What you just saw a glimpse of was clip number 15 because, like I said earlier, this breakdown is longer over on Patreon, so please go check it out. And, team, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I, too, hate doing the paywall. I don't like doing the paywall thing. But as this channel's grown, we've had some different situations come up with the film and usage and all that kind of jazz, and it just... we can't monetize it like we used to. So in order to keep dedicating the time to it and doing all that stuff, we're jumping over to Patreon. I hope you guys can support the channel that way. But I don't want you to have to pay to get my final thoughts. And my final thoughts are pretty simple on this one. I do think the Dolphins should have won this game. I think if they get that fourth down call right with the penalty, right, the face mask, if they get either not the hold go their way or they get the PI called on the INT, I think they end up winning this game. When you add those three together, plus some other moments that we weren't able to talk about, I think it's pretty clear that the Dolphins should have won this game. Now, should you overcome? Yeah, we always say that, right, as coaches. Hey, you should overcome. You should overcome. Don't let the officials impact it. But the reality is the official's going to impact the game, right? Especially if you have some key missed calls. So, also, you've got the Tyreek Hill drop. There's just a lot of stuff that didn't go the Dolphins' way that would normally go their way. It adds up to a tough loss. So you guys comment. You let me know what you think. And until next time, peace.